Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey.
Welcome back to
Welcome
my channel.
back to
I
my
said
channel.
hey.
Hey y'all, I'm Jasmine
Hey.
W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hey, girl.
Thank y'all so much for being here and Happy New Year. Y'all know I like to jump right into it, but first I must let you know that if you are in or near Philly, I will be in your city January 28th. The ticket links are below. The ticket link is below for tickets. I'll be doing 1 hour at Helium Comedy Club. It's an early show. It's a Sunday show, and it's been rescheduled. The new date is January 28th. So it just took a lot to get here. So come out and support me if you have the time, the energy, and the funds. I would truly appreciate it, and I would love to meet you guys. I love to do meet and greets after my shows, each and every one of my shows. So stick around and say hi. Anyway, this is my Ready to Love, Make a Move. We have a new season where we're in Fort Worth.
Dallas.
Child, no, they didn't try to play us by just shifting the city a little bit. Y'all know I'm from Dallas. I'm from Dallas, Texas, honey. I'm from the east. I'm from East Dallas, so way across the metroplex from Fort Worth. But baby, Fort Worth, I don't ever go over there. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about Fort Worth, because when you go over there, you deal with a whole bunch of riff-raff and a whole bunch of racism. It's just R over there, riff-raff and racism. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So they're saying they're in Fort Worth though. It's giving very much Dallas again though, because why are we opening at the Cowboy Stadium? The Cowboy Stadium is not in Fort Worth. It's in Arlington, Texas. It is Fort Worth County though. I will give it that. It's Fort Worth County. But anyway,
It's not Fort Worth.
let's just go ahead and jump right back onto it. We got your nephew Tommy back in the house. I think he's been watching my reviews because he's toned it down quite a bit, hasn't he? I actually really love this level of nephew Tommy that we're getting. It seems very professional. You know what I mean? More, just your Uncle Tommy that you want to sit down and have a conversation with, and let Steve Harvey at.
Girl, right?
Not me on my Cat Williams shade today. Let's just get into it. The first thing I'll say is, why do we make the couples pretend like they're in a little love relationship at the beginning during the credits? Why do we still do that? We know that they're not together. We know y'all just make them... I spilled my water. Y'all make them pretend to kiss.
Yeah, so just stop doing that.
Why do y'all do that?
Just show them as individuals. You don't have to cuddle them up.
Anyway, nephew Tommy said that they say that this is where the West begins. I personally think that Dallas is the South, Texas is the South. The West begins with whatever this state is. What's this? New Mexico?
Girl, just get to the...
Anyway, I think that's where the West begins, but that's me. We only started off with 5 singles today. That's not enough. I said that 10 wasn't enough. Now, instead of increasing the number of singles, they shrunk the number of singles. I'm only going to be okay with this if they add more singles into the process along the way sooner, so that we actually have an opportunity for the guys and the girls to mingle with people and get to know people at a nice trajectory, so we actually have some people to choose from at the end. So let's see how they do it this season. He said they're gonna do it slow and steady, like a brisket, very much in Texas fashion. So let's get into the singles. First, we have Koshia. She's 35. She's a career woman is what I wrote down. I forgot to catch what she actually did. She has 2 kids, but she's open to having more. She said she would love to have kids with her next husband. Y'all be in a chokehold on having these kids by these men, honey. My neck is clear and free. I'm sorry, I won't be in a chokehold by it. Honey, I said I will never have another baby. Well, why I go on a date with a fine man? And he asked me, and I said, you know what? It depends.
Girl, get back to the review.
Anyway, and I wrote down Koshia is a career woman who already has kids, who's already been married, but however, she seems to be falling for the most unserious guy there, which is Luron. We'll get to him next. She told Luron, you seem to be falling. She told Luron, you seem guarded. Will you let me in?
Knock, knock, knock. Girl.
Baby, what you think this is, some sort of love romance novel?
Yep.
What you been reading? You seem guarded. Will you let me in? I'm going to try and see if it work on a man. I'm going to go. That's me knocking. Will you let me in?
Tyler Perry. Where's Tyler Perry? Get him on the phone.
Does it work? Let me know if you feel seduced or under a spell, hypnotized. Anyway, and then she asked Luron, do you want me to keep it surface level with you? What man is gonna say, yeah?
Right.
So where you like to eat at?
Okay.
Of course, if you ask somebody if they want you to keep it surface level with them, they're gonna say they're not a surface level person. They're gonna say, I'm very deep. I love deep conversation. I like everything deep.
Ooh.
So no, don't keep it surface level with me. And then they're gonna say, okay, so since you don't like to keep things surface level, then tell me about the last time that you saw a dead body. That's deep.
This girl is funny.
Something is wrong with me. Anyway, she said she's divorced. She said she found out after getting married to a man that he had 4 kids. It sounds like you weren't around him, dating him long enough to figure out if he had kids or how many kids he had. Because I don't think you can hide 4 kids for too long.
Right.
And it don't even, to me, sound like that's her baby daddy that she was talking about. But anyway, and then when the very immature guy named, sorry y'all, I'm still getting over a cold. I still have a long lasting cough, the thing that's going out around or whatever. The cough came back. Anyway, Will, when she was talking to Will, she was looking right into the camera like one of my skits on Instagram.
Right.
I said, wow. And y'all think I be exaggerating. This is real life. Sometimes you got to look into the camera, even if it don't exist.
Yep.
Even if you're not on OWN. Even if you're not being recorded. Let's move on to Luron, because we were just talking about how she hit it off with Luron. He's 31 years old. He's a systems engineer. He says he loves going out. I think he might be a club promoter or something like that. He said, I want to stop going out. I just want a reason to stop going out. I just need somebody to help me. No, what you need to do is help yourself. You need to help yourself. If you want to stop going out, just stop going out. Have some self-control. Have to get some other hobbies, some other interests. Start going to sleep early and wake up early and go to the gym. He said Wednesday through Sunday he's turning up. Well, that's why you're single, because you don't have time to date nobody. Wednesday through Sunday is when people usually go out on dates. Monday and Tuesday is when people really relax, prepare for their week, recuperate. Wednesday through Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you go out like it's your job. It must be. It's got to be. Anyway, let's move on to April. She said she's a pharmacist. She come on, well, they barely even showed her. But she said she's a drug dealer.
Right, hilarious.
Predictable, not funny. Okay. Let's move on to Glenn. I said, what in the world? This man said he was so nervous he had them repeat the question over and over. Whew, I'm sorry. Glenn had the producers repeat the question over and over. He said, it's nerve-wracking because the whole world's going to see this. I said, the whole world? Honey, this is OWN.
Right.
Anyway, he got eliminated because Nephew Tommy said he wasn't ready to love.
He wouldn't.
I'm moving fast, right? Next, we have Mika.
Mika.
It's a kid's show. Anyway, she's 36. She's an esthetician. She said she's tired of being the only one at the function who's not married. Mika was gorgeous, right? Then she said, we found out during the episode that there was a celebrity guy who flew her out. And once he got her to his city, made her wait in the car for an hour while he got a facial. You know who would have been back at the airport? Is me.
Quickly.
Or away from him. He would have never saw me again. I would have got out, called an Uber, went to a hotel, spent the weekend in the city where I was having fun at, and then went back on my flight whenever. Because you're not about to have me sitting in the car while you go get a facial, and I'm also not getting a facial.
Right, that part.
No. That was very rude. And sometimes I think when people treat us poorly, we have to learn how to leave people where they are. For real. Cause that's just disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Leave them in the parking lot.
I said I know it was Drake. Allegedly, it was him. Anyway, let's move on to Damante. Damante is 42. He's a fashion stylist, according to him. He said, the girl that I get matched with doesn't need to have style. I'll dress her.
Right.
And then old girl said he was dressed like the Nutcracker.
So I guess he gonna dress his girl like Willy Wonka.
Anyway, he told the girl who he told one of the women, I don't remember who. She said, "Oh, I'm kind of sexy." He said, "You're not kind of sexy. You are sexy." I like the way he said that though, honey. Okay, tell me. Hell, you better get me together, honey. I'm not even mad. But then he said he live in Duncanville. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be Ready to Love Fort Worth? Duncanville is not Fort Worth. Duncanville is Dallas.
Exactly.
Child, just say Dallas. Dallas Fort Worth, DFW. Jeez Louise, honey. Anyway, the pharmacist got him together because she said that he just now getting his credit fixed. He just now getting his life together. She said she particularly is looking for someone who already has a really nice foundation set so they can build on top in your 40s, I'm sure, right? She's 41, he's 42. And he just now getting his credit fixed. That ain't gonna work.
Get him out of here.
I've been on Credit Karma for a decade, and I'm about to be 35 in a few weeks. I've been thinking about my credit since I was 25 years old. And you 42 just thinking about your credit?
Get him out of here.
Child, please. Anyway, he ended up getting eliminated because they say he got too many things going on. He's a stylist. He's a photographer. He just getting his credit fixed. He really gave me sexual deviant energy, didn't he?
Yes.
Because maybe he kind of looked like or reminded me of the guy from last season who liked to whip and smack women with feathers and whips and chains and all of that.
Dom.
Whoops.
Why did you scream?
That's what he reminded me of, honey, but he got eliminated. Spoiler. Let's move on to Dominique. Dominique is 35. Dominique was the one who the women liked for some reason. He gives me very, very toxic energy. I put on my Instagram, Jasmine's, I have a Instagram chat room called Jasmine's Secret Society where I just say a bunch of crazy stuff all day to the people who listen. And this was the guy that inspired one of the messages I said where some men aren't looking for a woman. They're not looking for a wife. They're not looking for a longtime partner. They're just looking for a uterus.
Coochie.
And I think that this is a guy who is like that. I don't think that most men are looking for a uterus, but there are some like him and his granddaddy who are. He said his grandfather had 23 children.
No sense.
Notice, he said my grandfather had 23 children. He didn't say my grandparents.
That part.
He didn't say my grandmother and grandfather. He didn't mention his grandmother at all.
Right.
Probably because his grandmother didn't have 23 children. If he had a grandmother.
He probably had 5 or 6 grandmothers.
Because I want to know how many baby mamas his granddaddy had.
8.
In my opinion, having 23 children with multiple women all over the city, all over the state, all over the country, is not something to be proud of.
You ought to be shamed, actually. If y'all don't live in a village, you ought to be shamed.
Oh, him and Nick Cannon must have the same grandfather.
Right.
Anyway, he wants somewhere from 2 to 10 kids. He's looking for a uterus. One of the young girls asked him if he is okay with sex before marriage. He said, hell yeah. He said, if I can do it. Sometimes traditional guys like this perplex me. You're so traditional. But hell yeah, the sex before marriage. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, he says, I'm the type of person that if you need something, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. Here's one of the key words in that sentence. It's if I can do it. I personally like it when somebody says, you know what, if you need something, you just call me. Because anytime you need anything, I'm gonna be there to support you.
Period.
And the if, maybe the if comes later. I'm the type of person, well, I would have asked him, I said, and what if you can't do anything? Then what happens?
I figure it out.
Because when you can't do something, or when you feel like you can't, and you have to problem solve, or you have to walk away, or you have to provide some other sort of support if you can't do it, that is the type of partner that I would be looking for. What happens if you can't do something? Do you figure it out?
Ooh, yes. What actions do you take?
Let me know. But this girl just said, a lot of people not like you.
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
Don't ask no questions. Just fall right into the man's arms. Anyway, they said he has a gentle, calming spirit. I said, where?
I didn't see one.
Anyway, let's move on to Will. He's 31. He's a real estate agent. And all he thinks about is booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere. Booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere.
Like a poem.
He said, I'm Himothy.
Red flag.
You know, I used to know a man who would say that. Didn't end well.
Blocked.
He thought about booty a lot too.
Girl. Booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere. Booty, 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 what? Boogity, boogity, boo.
This man talked about booty. He said booty at least 6 or 7 times during the episode. He commented on Mika's shape. He said, of course I want to get to know her. Did you see her shape? I wrote down booty 4 times. And then when Alexis told him that she had an autoimmune disorder, I thought he was going to say, what's wrong with your car?
Girl.
Because he was looking at her like he didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I wrote down Will is immature, and I think he's ignorant. And he disrespected one of the ladies by saying, when she said, oh, I found out my husband had 4 kids and I didn't know. He said, oh, was the D that good?
Oh, Lord.
And she felt disrespected, and I see why she felt disrespected. Because it's like, this person that I trusted kept very, very important information for me, and all you can think about is the intimacy he and I had, you know, may or may not have had before we got married or whatever the case was. All you are thinking about is sex.
That's it.
I think this man needs to go to therapy and get some help. Because if you can't go 5 minutes without mentioning booty, big booty, bodies, sex, the D and all of that, you might have a problem that you might need to go take care of with a psychiatrist. Hell. Anyway, we have William, 37, who's a comedian, or he says he is. I'm sorry, I'm a very judgmental comedian. If I don't see a comedian that has kind of a spark to them, I'm not thinking that you funny. That's just me. He's 37, he's a comedian. He's also a chef, which is great. He said he has 3 boys, 2 baby moms. Okay. He almost got eliminated. He's a comedian who almost got eliminated for not having a lot of personality. Ironic. And last but not least, we have Alexis, who's 31. She's an ops engineer. This is the young lady who said she had the autoimmune disorder. She plays basketball. She's very passionate about it. Sometimes she coaches, she said. She said she likes facial hair on a man, but the guy, she was talking to William the comic, and he actually had some facial hair. And she said she doesn't want a man with kids. So that is Ready to Love. I'm not very impressed with the cast so far, to be honest with you. A couple of the girls are cute. The comic guy, the booty guy are a no-go for me. The guy who needs a uterus is a no-go. The one guy bowed out. I'm like, Dallas has a lot of transplants now. People who are from other places. Dallas has so many people. But I will say, Dallas is a very corporate city. A lot of people are there for a career, making money, career advancement, stuff like that. Houston is more of a party city. But I see lots of eligible men and women, beautiful people when I'm in Dallas and I go visit. Much more beautiful than I remember like growing up. But I was a kid, so I wasn't out and about like that. But tall men, good looking guys in Dallas. And come on, Ready to Love. Do my city justice. Please do my city justice.
They won't.
Anyway, I can't wait to read y'all's comments. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.